What's going on, guys? It's Cole, and welcome to GPS Season 10, Week 3. So, if you can tell from the numbers, I am recording this before our opponent did his match, or before Ryan updated any of the standings. But, as you know, we are currently sitting at 1 win, 1 loss, after having beaten the Chicago Scrafty last week. AKA, for me, yesterday. But anyway, let's take a look at our opponent's team, shall we? Because we are going up against the Florida Feraligatrs. So, for his team, he has his S tier, the Paradox Pokemon Great Tusk. For his A tier, he has Orthworm. For his B tiers, he has the Big Dirge, Gardevior, and Greninja. And for his C tiers, he's got Jolteon, Camerupt, Cacturn, and Sneasel. So the team I expect him to bring is Great Tusk, Orthworm, Skeledirge, Gardevior, Greninja, and Jolteon. We're just going to go with the 6 that he's already brought. And then, obviously, if he brings something else, then I will change that up. Alright. So I will see you guys in the battle. Oh, and also, as you can see right here, we have a new team member. We traded Medicham to the Phoenix Primals for Bombirdier. So you will see Bombirdier making its debut in this battle. Alright, so let's get into the battle. Alright, so we are getting ready to battle with Noah, aka Florida. So, yep, he brought the entire team that I figured he would. So we are bringing Nom Nom, still with the red card, Jumpy with the choice specs, Lycanrock with the choice band, Garchomp with a life orb, Easy Bake still scarfed, and Bombirdier is with a Wakan Berry, and it is max special defense, max HP. So it has Tailwind, Parting Shot, Protect, and Terra Blast with Terra Rock, because if Jolteon is Terra Ice, then Terastallized Rock Terra Blast one-shots it, even with no attack investment. But anyway, so we are going to be leading off with Garchomp and Bombirdier. And I'm expecting not that lead. Not that lead at all. I was expecting Jolteon to be out here. I was kind of hoping Jolteon was going to be out here. So we are going to protect with Garchomp. And I was going to... Did I double protect? Yeah. I was like, just in case, just to see what he wants to do. So he goes for an Earthquake that would only hit Garchomp. Because obviously Orthworm is immune with Earth Eater. And he goes for a Rock Slide. Okay. So here, I go for a Dragon Claw, and I decide to Parting Shot the Orthworm. even though I probably should have just parting shotted Great Tusk. Headlong Rush brings Garchomp down to 44 HP. And drops Great Tusk's defenses. We get the Parting Shot off. I want to get Easy Bake out here, but I really don't want to switch it in on a Rock Slide. So I go into Lycanrock. As Orthworm hits the Rock Slide, doesn't do much to either Pokemon after the Parting Shot. So we do massive damage with a close combat. Great Tusk gets left at 1 HP. Earth Eater will heal Orthworm up a little bit. And Great Tusk gets the double knockout on Garchomp and Lycanrock. And obviously the Rock Slide hits nothing. So we obviously can only go into Easy Bake and Bombirdier. I go for an overheat. Wait, do I? I go for a Terra Fighting. No, I don't. No, I just go for a Thunderbolt into the Orthworm. As he headlong rushes and apparently forgets that Rotom has Levitate, as he gets knocked out by an unterrestrialized Terra Blast. And his last two are Skeledirge and Jolteon. So I expect Jolteon will be Volt Absorb. I figure, you know what, let me just go for a Tailwind because I know I'll live one electric move because of my Wakanberry and my HP and special defense investment. So I figured, let's go for it. So he Terras. And it's Skeledirge into a fighting type. As Easy Bake gets the Thunderbolt off, does about half, just about half, and Jolteon hits a Thunder, which does about 70 damage with our Wakanberry. And he once again forgets about Levitate. And this is when I realize Jolteon's Quick Feet, not Volt Absorb. So that's interesting. So I'm like, yep, I definitely won't live another Thunder, because I was expecting a Thunderbolt. So I Terra Rock and I Terra Blast the Jolteon, and then I just Thunderbolt the Skeledirge, because I'm like, I'm free to do that. This Thunderbolt will knock out the Skeledirge. Jolteon's Thunder. Still does a good chunk. As Terra Blast will knock it to about a third. And I'm like, well, you know what? This thing's not Volt Absorb, which means Jolteon, which means Rotom can attack it. So I was gonna Terra Blast, and I'm like, yep. And then Thunderbolt brings Jolteon low. As he goes for a Shadow Ball, probably not wanting to risk a miss on Thunder. But did he not have Volt Switch? That confused me. But anyway, so we get the Terra Blast off, and we win with 2 Pokemon remaining. So I will see you guys in Game 2. Alright, so Game 2, I decide to bring Nom Nom. So I lead off with Nom Nom and Easy Bake. Kinda hoping he leads off with Orthworm so I can get rid of that stupid worm. And then we will have Bombirdier and Garchomp in the back. So he leads off with Jolteon and Greninja. So I go for the free Earthquake. So I figure, you know, Greninja's either probably like Life Orb or Choice Specs possibly. But the stupid frog is slashed. Jolteon goes for a Shadow Ball, which then gets switched out with my red card. At least it wasn't Orthworm that came out. And then the stupid frog hits a Hydro Pump and kills Rotom.
I'm in danger.
So that was unfortunate. Well, at least it died to Earthquake. And I'm pretty sure I put on the battle write-up that it was Sandstorm, because I forgot Earthquake. I had clicked Earthquake. But it really doesn't matter, because Hippowdon still gets the KO. And here comes the stupid worm. But the problem is, I can't hit this thing super effectively now, because Rotom's dead. It's immune to ground moves, and the only other moves I have are Normal type if I don't Terra, Rock type if I do, or Rock Slide on Garchomp and Hippowdon, and a resisted Dragon Claw. So yeah, I was like, this isn't looking good already. Because I wasn't expecting Rotom to die turn 1 to a stupid Focus Sash Greninja. But yeah, so. And then of course Nom Nom flinches, because of course it did. So I'm like, uh-oh. I'm in trouble now. Because now I'm realizing this is when I'm like, uh-oh, I can't hit this thing super effectively. So we're in trouble. So I parting shot the Great Tusk. Expecting another Rock Slide. That was also when I realized that, wait, I forgot I was faster than Orthworm, because I'm like, wait, what's my speed? So Garchomp comes out. Nom Nom dodges a Rock Slide. Garchomp takes a whole 15 damage from a Rock Slide. Great Tusk dodges a Rock Slide, because of course it does. And Orthworm takes like 3 damage from that thing. So I go for Helping Hand. And Dragon Claw into Great Tusk, even though because I really wanted to just get rid of this thing. So Great Tusk takes really good damage from the Dragon Claw. And then gets off a Headlong Rush. Jolteon gets buffeted by the Sandstorm. Flame Orb activates. Sandvale finally kicks in and Garchomp dodges a Hyper Voice and kills Great Tusk with Dragon Claw. Nom Nom heals up with Slack Off. I had gone for Dragon Claw because I thought he was going to switch back into Orthworm. He didn't, so that was unfortunate. So I go for the Helping Hand. Honestly, I probably should have just Earthquaked. Switch into Bombirdier and then just Earthquaked, because I'm like, you know what? As Orthworm Terra Steals. As Hyper Voice hits, does a small amount of damage. Jolteon gets basically one shot by Dragon Claw, leaving my 3 versus Orthworm. But like I said, this thing's a problem because I can't hit it super effectively, and it just killed Garchomp. I should have Terra Rocked there. That was one of my problems. Or not Terra Rock, Terra Water, because then it wouldn't have died to an Iron Head. So, we're just going to save some time in this video, and I'm just going to skip ahead to Game 3, because I lose this game. Orthworm just basically knocked my Pokemon out with Iron Head. So I'll see you guys in Game 3. Alright, so, like I said, Orthworm's a problem if I can't hit it super effectively. Because the only things on my team that can hit it super effectively are Rotom and Lycanrock. Which is why I'm bringing them both. But anyway. So let's see what he leads off with, shall we? He leads off with Great Tusk and Gardevior, as I lead off with Garchomp and Bombirdier. So I go for a Protect, and it doesn't seem like Great Tusk has anything super effective against Bombirdier. So I'm like, hey, I'm free to set up a Tailwind. Also, I was expecting Gardevoir to be Scarfed. It was not. So Gardevoir goes for a Dazzling Gleam, which Bombirdier should take decently well. Not so decently well, because it's Life Orbed. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do here? So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to Earthquake. I'm going to Parting Shot because I outspeed the Gardevoir. But I Parting Shot the Great Tusk. Earthquake almost kills Gardevoir. Oh no, I did Parting Shot Gardevoir. I couldn't remember. Even though I literally just saw me do it. But anyway. So I switch it to Rotom. Garchomp takes decent damage from Knockoff. And then almost dies to a Dazzling Gleam. And so we go for another Earthquake. As I locked myself into Will-O-Wisp, which is a good idea. Not a problem at all. But I miss, obviously. So we kill the Gardevoir. Do some damage to Great Tusk. And Garchomp will die to an Earthquake. As he sent out a Greninja. Not a Greninja, his Greninja. So I figure, you know what? Even though he's very fond of using ground moves, I'm not going to Terra Flying Lycanrock. That's a good idea. So I Terra fighting Rotom instead. So we burn Great Tusk, finally. Lycanrock brings Greninja down to Sash. As Great Tusk proceeds to just decimate Lycanrock with a headlong rush. Oh, and also, Great Tusk outsped Greninja. I just realized that. How was Greninja the slowest thing on the field? That makes absolutely no sense at all. I need to do some calculations on that. Hi, editing me here. And as you're seeing, I am pulling up a thing from the Pokemon Showdown damage calculations. So yeah, so Greninja must have had no speed investment and been like a neutral nature or just not a speed boosting nature. Because Timid, 31 IV, 0 EV Greninja at level 50 outspeeds Jolly, 31 IV, 252 EV Great Tusk by literally 4 speed points. So yeah, my guess is this thing was either, it had to have been like no speed investment, which, okay, maybe he had some special attack investment and I don't know what else, because obviously he was sashed, so defense or special defense investment wouldn't have mattered, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, back to the battle. Oh, and by the way, if you notice, I'm screwed. And why is that? Because these are my last 2 Pokemon, and Rotom's locked into Will-O-Wisp. And Bombirdier can't terrestrialize. So that little bit of foreshadowing before. This is why. So we lose. Like, I'm like, there's no way I can win this. Because, again, I'm locked into a status move. So yeah, so I really was outplayed here, and also I played myself. I should not have locked myself into Will-O-Wisp. That was a problem. I should have locked myself into Thunderbolt. I was free to do it. I didn't have to burn the Great Tusk. I could have just Terra-Flyinged Lycanrock. That would have been fine. I could have gotten rid of the Great Tusk the following turn. But I didn't. So I'm just gonna cut to the end as Rotom dies to Orthworm. Because again, I'm locked into Will-O-Wisp. Orthworm hits an Iron Head. Kills Rotom from 9 HP. And he gets his first win of the season. Good job, Noah. We fall to 1 and 2. But on the plus side, he gains no differential, and I lose no differential, because Game 1 I won with 2 remaining, Game 2 he won with 1 remaining, and Game 3 he won with 1 remaining as well. So anyway, at that point I had obviously stopped recording. You're seeing a black screen. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week when we go up against our very familiar opponent, Andrew and Paris Saint-Germain. So that will be Friday, next Friday at 9 p.m. is the battle. So I will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.